from the very beginning, and then you got to a fork in the road where something changed. It doesn't mean that you've been feeding off of the feministic approach, or I need this man in my life, or I see the importance, now I see the importance of having a man in my life to do XYZ, and you realize, oh, like I need this masculine energy in my life, or I need. All right, welcome y'all. It's KCTV once more, and today we are at Cooktastic at the Palms Woodstock. Today we're talking teenage pregnancy, and I've got Cakeface in the studio with me, and I'm JFK. Cakeface, say hi to the audience.
Hi everyone, I'm Cakeface. So this is our second broadcasting here live from Cooktastic, and I'm super excited about this topic. So yeah, and I have a lot of things to say about this topic.
All right. Do you consider yourself a feminist?
I used to think I was a feminist, but not anymore, because in order for me to function, I need a masculine energy next to me. And in order for the male to function, he needs a feminine energy next to him. I don't know how you feel.
But does it mean that you've been feeding, does it mean that you've been feeding off of the feministic approach from the very beginning, and then you got to a fork in the road where something changed, and you realized, oh, like I need this masculine energy in my life, or I need this man in my life, or I see the importance, now I see the importance of having a man in my life to do XYZ. Was that something that has always been there, or is it something that you stumbled on having bought into the feministic approach, and then down the line you realize, oh wow, light bulb moment, I need a man in my life? What is the case?
It started when the father of my children, the two of us were splitting and all of those things. Then I thought, yeah, Celeste, you can do anything, you can do everything. But today I think I missed the pot. I can't do everything by myself. I need the masculine energy next to me. I need to be in my feminine energy. That's just the reality of life that I've realized.
But my curiosity is, why are there not more women like you coming out to speak on these matters, right? Trying to, because I see a lot of, how do I put it, beta women out there, maybe because they were once in a relationship that didn't work out. Now they beta and they saying, oh, all men are this, all men are that, and there is a scarcity of good men and all of that stuff. And the real thing is that you've only experienced maybe one or two bad men, and you're using that experience to judge all men. I don't think, but from a masculine point of view, from a male point of view, I've experienced a lot of females that I felt, they did me wrong. It was a bad experience, a little bit of taste in my mouth. But does it mean I'll to do the right of women and go on this podcast and say all these nasty things about women? No, right? Yeah. I wouldn't say nasty things. What I would do is I would profile my opinion on the matters that I feel like in ways they can do better.
But Enox, don't you think that when you get into a relationship and this woman is maybe in a masculine energy, isn't it better for you to try and restructure her or reprogram her mind so that she can feel that there is a masculine energy with me? I don't need to do A, B, and C to be able to do everything on my own. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but the thing is, you can only teach, you can only program somebody that is willing to be programmed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If, for instance, somebody is headstrong, like a lady is headstrong and not willing to listen to you, even though she's been applying the same formula and it hasn't been working for her for donkey's years, And here comes a good man that feels, okay, you can do better. Can we apply this different formula and cooperate and see how we can build, like a
Yeah.
healthy relationship?
Yeah.
It becomes a situation where the lady says, he's trying to control me, or he wants me to do things his way, and all of these things, right? Whereas it's a situation of what you've been doing, it has not been working,
Yeah.
right? You've been all by yourself for donkey's years, and you feel like, now I feel like I need a man in my life, and I want somebody that at least can shed more light to certain matters so they can guide me in certain ways.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yes.
it ideal for you as a woman to listen and take direction or advice from this man that you call your man or somebody that you love?
Yes, but at the same time, for me also, I think, on my perspective, I know the role that my father played, and I know the role that my mother played in my life. My mother was the one that cooked. My mother was the one that did the washing. She was the one that, when my father speak, she had to listen. Understand what I'm saying? And in these days, women don't actually want to listen to the man. They want to do their own thing. And that is where the problems come in.
But even though
Woman needs to be submissive, I think, more.
you just got to that realization a few years ago, even though you had a functional father in your life, you still at some point bought into the feministic approach.
Yes,
Why did you do that? Why?
Because there came a point where my mother had to go work. She was actually then basically the breadwinner in our house. And then, because my father had a business, he did his business from home. You understand what I'm saying?
So are you saying?
But there was a point where my mother had also a little bit of masculinity in her. You understand what I'm saying?
But see, masculine and feminine, they are both energies, right?
Yeah.
And a man can function in his feminine, and a woman can function in her masculine,
Yeah.
right? But it is the ability to know when to apply these energies, right?
Yeah.
As a man, you can get into that space with your woman, but it doesn't
Yeah.
mean you have to stay there. Like if you
Yes.
really want to understand a woman and like suck in a little bit of that emotions, like if she's crying and all of that stuff, and you really want to understand her, as a man you need to be in touch with your feminine energy to a certain degree that you can be able to like really understand what's going on with her, and assuage her fears and reassure her and all of that stuff, right?
But it's
even
also
though
but it's also a point of